What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of my rock review. This is your boy Reg in the building. Album I'm about to review for you guys today is The Doors with that Morrison Hotel. This is their fifth studio album that was released on Elektra Records in 1970, produced by Paul A. Rothchild. Members of The Doors, in case y'all don't know, are Jim Morrison, Ray Manzarek, Robbie Krieger, and John Densmore. Singles albums known for are You Make Me Real and Roadhouse Blues. Alright, so this album came 1 year after the infamous Soft Parade album. So after the release of that album, they kind of kept like a low profile, to say the least, because around that time too, Jim Morrison was pretty much arrested for allegedly showing his dick to the fucking audience in Miami and stuff like that. So what ended up happening was they were banned in pretty much a majority of the United States, and they still managed to do a few concerts and stuff like that. Most notably, the Isle of the Festival and stuff like that. Um, Also, I want to say around this time, he had like a ritual marriage with his girlfriend Pamela, if I'm not mistaken, and shit like that too. So pretty much also when it came to around this album, the Doors were pretty much getting criticized for going like a semi-pop approach, especially when it came to like the Soft Parade album. And so, with that being said, with this album right here, Morrison Hotel, they really want to go back to the roots. Before I go any further, I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Jermaine for requesting me to do this album right here. So, with this album, they kind of like went back to like the earlier days where there was like more bluesy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, a little trivia about the front cover of the album. It was taken without permission at the actual Morrison Hotel, and that's located in Los Angeles and stuff like that. And the back cover right here is the Hard Rock Cafe and shit too. Very dope picture right here, man. Like, never a rock group like these guys. And just to let you also know, this is the final album that I recently got from them and stuff like that. It completes my Doors collection. Yeah, like I said, I went digging for this album last week. So, yeah. Alright, so, and also what's interesting about this album too, it's split into two sides. Like the first side is like Hard Rock Cafe, and the second side is like the Morrison Hotel. Well, I believe like the Hard Rock Cafe is like the more harder bluesy stuff, and the Morrison Hotel like the more softer approach or some shit. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but track number one, Roadhouse Blues. Very, very, very dope track right here. This is considered to be like one of their best and signature tracks in their whole discography. I love the usage of the harmonica and stuff like that. Just to let you guys know, two session basses was included in this album, Lonnie Mack and Ray Napolitan and stuff like that. So yeah, man, very dope. Ray experimenting with the piano on this track too, Lonnie doing his thing on the bass, and of course you have Jim Morrison himself just belting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the story about this track, from what I've read, there's like stories about what this track originated from. Some people think that. Sorry about that. Some people believe that Jim Morrison was drunk and the song involved from a blues jam, while another story song how Jim used to sing this to his girlfriend and stuff like that. But yeah, this track right here is definitely a very dope track. One of my all-time favorite Doors tracks, in my opinion. Track number two, "Waiting for the Sun," which is playing in the background right here. See, I hate when artists do shit like this. So obviously, judging from the title, it's based off. It's you can tell from the title it's an outtake from the third Doors album, "Waiting for the Sun," which, in my opinion, I feel like that's like the weakest album in their discography because if you guys watch my review, you will see that the album was kind of rushed by the label and stuff like that. Yeah, so you have to watch. It's a long story with that album, but so this outtake right here is, in my opinion, better than half of this shit on the album and stuff like that. But yeah, this track is so psychedelic, so smooth. Ray on that organ was just such, oh my god, just makes the door so authentic, like I've always mentioned and stuff like that. So I love the line where he says, "Can't you feel it now that spring has come? That it's time to live in the scattered sun." Love that line. So yeah, and check out the Soundgarden cover of this. Rest in peace to Chris Cornell, by the way. Track number three, "You Make Me Real." Um, yeah, this is a pretty cool track right here. Um, very cool track. I love the drums on this track, a nice groove. And it has like a nice, like bluesy, jazzy groove. You know what I'm saying? John Densmore doing his thing. Um, very dope track. You know, one of the most adventurous tracks off this album. Then we're gonna have Peace Frog slash Blue Sunday, which I put these two together because they kind of run in together. Peace Frog, man, that's track right there. That track is to them what the Rain song is to Led Zeppelin, in my opinion. Whew. Excuse me, excuse me, man. Yeah, that track is to them because it was just so funky, has an R&B feel to it. Has an R&B feel to it. The line where he says, "Blood in the streets in the town of New Haven," is pretty much a reference to his onstage arrest at New Haven and stuff like that. And then it takes many lines, many of the lines come from like different poems that Morrison wrote, like "Newborn Awakening," "Don's Highway," and so on and so on. So I definitely feel like that's a very strong track, and it leads into "Blue Sunday," which, man, that is a beautiful track right there. A song that Frank Sinatra would be jealous himself because I mentioned in the Soft Parade album, like he was really listening to a lot of Elvis and Frank Sinatra, and his voice around this time kind of emulated around this time, and you can really check out this track right here and stuff. You know, very beautiful track. Loved the song. This was actually written around 65, 66. You know, hence them going back to the old sound and shit. So very short and sweet and simple. Definitely love this. Track number six, "Ship of Fools." Um, one probably my least favorite track off this album. Didn't really care too much for this track. Um, Ironically, it leads into "Land Ho," which is another hence fun track. You know, with a sailor's theme to it. You know, that's a pretty cool track. "The Spy," my favorite track off this album, man. Like this track right here was definitely them experimenting with like the blues and jazz and stuff like that. That boom, 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 dun dun, dun dun, like it's very dope track right here. every time I listen to this track, it reminds me of that old Nickelodeon show, Hey Arnold. Like, you know, the jazzy score. Like, that one episode when Arnold and Gerald were dressed as fruit because they were supposed to have gone to, like, a school play or something like that. But they ended up, like, going downtown. Yeah, that was actually the first episode and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. I don't know what he's. I don't know the origin about the spy, but I definitely love the line when he says, I'm the spy in the house of love. I know the dream that you're dreaming of. I know the word that you long to hear. I love that line. That's a very chilling line right there. Track number 9, Queen of the Highway. Again, like kind of tying into like a driving theme with Roadhouse Blues. Very smooth track indeed. I read that he wrote this track for Pamela and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I read, but I'm not 100% sure if that's actually factual and stuff. But very very cool track. Track number 10, Indian Summer. Yeah, that was a solid track. Not really a noteworthy track and stuff like that. Yeah, not really noteworthy track. Kind of reminds me of something they would have done on the Waiting for the Sun album, I guess. And the last track off this album, Maggie McGill, which I feel like that's a very cool track. Nice underrated bluesy track right there. Um, yeah, man. Um, love like the storytelling, like he said, Miss Maggie McGill, she lived on the hill. Her daddy got drunk and left her no will. Like sounds like a little playful child nursery rhyme kind of deal and stuff like that. So that's all I got from there. Overall, this is a very very dope album. It's a classic album. Nice comeback in my opinion. I mean, yeah, man. Cause I gotta admit, as much as I would rate like Soft Parade as underrated and stuff like that, I kind of feel like with the Waiting for the Sun Soft Parade album was kind of inferior to like the self-titled debut and the Strange Days album. Whereas this album right here, they kind of went back to their roots, more bluesy. You know, Morrison was definitely at his vocal peak with this album, in my opinion. I mean, very, very dope album. It's a classic, classic, classic rock album, in my opinion, man. Like, yeah, man. And of course, you know, this album's been re-released. You know, the 40th anniversary, it was re-released, and I think they were. I don't know if they re-released it for the 50th anniversary, but I could be wrong. But yeah, if you can find this album, must have in your collection. This is The Doors with Morrison Hotel. Yeah, classic album. And that's all the time I have left. Stay tuned for more.